What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Goal 60. So, about a week of baseball has been played. RPI came out a couple days ago. Today's the first opportunity we've had to be back in action. We've got a handful of series starting off this week, starting off today. There's some 3-game series that, of course, we're looking at with the RPI system. There's some 4-game series that I'll go over to be kind of unofficial. And then, this first week of baseball, it's kind of screwy as far as the schedule goes, because like today there's some 3-game series starting up, which you won't have on Thursdays throughout the season. They're actually off tomorrow and they pick back up on Saturday. So until next week, schedules are kind of weird. Some teams already playing some 2-game series and they even had a day off in between. So a little craziness going on there. But as the season goes on, you get into more of a flow. As far as the systems go, I like to explain, every morning I make this video and I like to explain why a game is official, why some of them are unofficial, which simply means that they've missed one of the parameters and I'll tell which parameter they missed. And then also some games that missed out. If we've got time, of course, I'll look at some games that missed out completely, which means they missed 2 parameters and they're not even on the unofficial list. So with that said, let's jump in and talk about the one game that did make the official list today. So like I said, there's only one series that actually met today. Now there are some more games, some more series starting up tomorrow, so there's plenty of opportunity for this weekend. But today we only picked up one. And this series is kind of, blown a lot of minds here this last week, and it is with the Yankees and the Orioles. So the Yankees, which are the Yankees, and they were expected to win a lot of games this year, come into this series with a lot of injuries, a lot of people, trying to play hurt and different things like that. The Orioles were expected to not be good at all. They've come out trying to kind of show the world something, I guess. They played with a chip on their shoulder. They played a lot better than they probably should have. The system says to play this series, so that's what I'm going to do. And so I'll look at the numbers. I try to stay away from, my heart as much as possible and just go strictly off numbers. Right now, the Yankees are at .469 on the RPI. The Orioles are at .531. So you obviously look at the Orioles. Now, the price is set accordingly. It's set with the Yankees, of course, being a big-time favorite. I think somewhere around -200, but James Paxton, which I really liked James Paxton when he was at the Mariners. And, now he's with the Yankees. I still like him. He's a great pitcher. Hopefully we can overcome that today and keep this thing close. The Baltimore Orioles, now on the run line, are even money, +100. So it's 1-to-1 unit. That's one of the best things you can do. Anytime we can get plus money, that's great, of any form. So we're going to take it. That's the Orioles +1.5 on the run line at +100. So 1 unit to win 1 unit today. That is the only official play today. So it met 3 games. It met the RPI. It met the price. And really, the Orioles don't have a big pitcher coming up, so I don't see them having a major price on them this weekend. So that's why we're going with them. We're going to go ahead and follow the system, follow the numbers, and play the Orioles +1.5. So now we'll jump into the unofficial series. So the reasons that I actually talk about these, the only reason I bring them up, mainly because it gives me an opportunity to kind of tell, why they didn't meet the official plays, what the parameter was that they missed. It gives you guys a kind of a chance to see more in depth as far as the systems go, to see where we're coming from. I'm very transparent with what I do. I don't try to hide anything, so everything I do, I try to explain it. And that way you can kind of follow along, see what's going on, and give suggestions or things like that. But the first one is a 3-game series, so it met that parameter. It met the RPI with the Nationals and the Mets. So the Nationals actually came into this series at .748 versus the Mets at .643. So, and also the Nationals are in the top 3 of the RPI, so you would definitely look at them. The issue was the price. The Mets are actually favored in this game, so you look at the run line for the Nationals, and it is -212. So we're not even going to touch that. Try to stay around 150. That's way too high for the first game. Sometimes you can't help it. in the second and third game to go high. But in this first one, that's why I do that, to try to avoid any big-time risk as we go along. So therefore, the Nationals are an unofficial play this week. 4 games, it's the Rangers and the Angels. You look at the RPI, they met RPI with the Rangers being .363, the Angels being .393. So you look at the Angels here, the price is great, it's -148. So it's right there, it meets everything except for it being a 4-game series. Now, if you've watched the videos from last year, you know why 4-game series are an unofficial play in the RPI system, and that is just because there was way too many losses over years past of when I have back tested this, and so I just eliminated all 4-game and all 2-game series. And so on the RPI system, the one we get the most volume out of, we just go with the 3-game series. Now, I know a few of you actually like to play these 4-game series, so that one actually fits everything. The Angels -148 would be the play if it wasn't official. Now, there are a handful. There's actually 3 series that start up today that did not meet more than one qualification, more than one parameter. The first one is a 3-game series with Kansas City and Detroit. It just didn't meet RPI. That was the start, and of course, if you don't meet RPI, there's no need to even move forward. The Reds in Pittsburgh is a 4-game series. Met RPI, the Reds are at .405. The Pirates at .285. Pirates are in the bottom 3. I think that the worst team in RPI today. You look at the price, it's +1.5 for the Reds. On the run line, -199. The Pirates are favored, therefore you look at the run line here, and it's way too expensive, and it's a 4-game series. So nothing there. They missed out on 2 parameters, so not even an unofficial. And then the last one is Toronto and Cleveland. It's also a 4-game series, so it wasn't going to be either way. But then you look at RPI, 565 for Cleveland, 533 for the Rangers, or the Blue Jays, excuse me. And then you look at price on Cleveland, -182, way too expensive there, so that did not meet. There were 2 other series that were supposed to start up today, and both of them were postponed. One of them was a 3-game series. One of them was not. One of them involved Seattle and the White Sox, and the other one was the Cardinals. And I can't remember who they were going to play. But either way, both of those got postponed, which does mean we have an opportunity later on. I'm thinking that they will actually play a doubleheader this weekend, maybe, especially in the one that was a 4-game series. And of course, we're looking at that second game, which would be the loser of the first game. Looking at that, looking at the price, and of course, I'll talk about it if we do have that situation coming up. So that's everything today. And like I said, the one official game we had was the Baltimore Orioles on the run line, +1.5 at +100, so it's even money. You look at unofficial plays, we only had 2 of those. The first one was a 3-game series with the Nationals that on the run line, +1.5. It got knocked out because of the price, which is -212. And then the other was a 4-game series in the Texas Rangers and Angels game. It's a 4-game series, so it got knocked out already, but you look at the Angels -148. If that had been a 3-game series, that would have been a play. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and make sure you follow us on Twitter at @thegoal60. Also, tune in tomorrow. There'll be another set of games starting up. I do this every single day throughout the season, unless there's just a day where there's absolutely nothing going on. We've won everything we had. There's no new series starting up, and then I'll take a day off. But other than that, I'm here every single morning to make one of these videos. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch these, and I will see you next time. Thanks.
60% of the time, it works every time.